Hiya's and Higher Healing Vibrations. Cosmic Cat here. Welcome to the channel. Today is November 2nd. We are going to read the affirmations for the inner child. Have you checked in with your inner child today? See how he or she is doing. Maybe she's upset at you. That's the energy I just felt for some reason. Is there a disagreement you're having with your inner child at this time? Feel free to share in the comments below if you are. Let's see. We had November 1st. Okay. And November 2nd. And we're on November 2nd. I'm like, where are we? I'm trying to figure it out. Because we had the Halloween. Okay. We are on November 2nd. Touch. Anyone else lost with their days? Raise your hand. Hit that like. Subscribe to the channel. November 2nd is all about touch. Today, I will learn to accept nurturing touch. Sometimes I'm afraid to accept touch. I fear my own passions will suddenly take on a life of their own, pulling me into situations for which I am not prepared. I am also afraid of the touch because I am so touch starved, hungry for that which I deserved but rarely, if ever, received. Today I will begin learning how to accept touch by telling one close friend about my needs and my fears. Perhaps I will ask for a short hug whenever we meet, or a touch on my arm while we talk. When touch becomes scary, I will allow myself to tell my friend that I need to back away until I feel comfortable again. It is okay not to let someone touch me without my permission. But I will learn to accept nurturing touches that will help me to grow in love for myself and others. How are you with touch? Do you shy away from it? Is it something that you do not like to do? And actually, this just fell out, and I think that it is because Spirit wants you to check into this Eckhart Tolle book, Books to Read, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. That just flew out, and this may help you with your touch as well, okay? Being in the moment and going with the flow is something that's going to help you on your path at this time. You're at an intersection here, someone here, learning to accept nurturing touch. Why are you touch starved because you lack that at home and you didn't receive that as a child? Or is it another reason, because Spirit's bringing up other energy that is a reason of why touch is difficult for you? I will share a little bit about myself. When I read the part down here about it is okay not to let someone touch me without my permission, that part right there, immediately as a female, so many flashbacks came regarding those who felt it's okay to violate my personal body, being out at places where it's very loosely okay. Bar scenes, clubs, places where maybe, the celebrations are loud, and those are places also so many times people go to actually meet others, or to meet someone new, or to meet a partner. But the violation that comes in a lot of those places, there are safe bars to go to, where you're more treated as a human being and respected. Yet the majority, there's always someone that tries to squeeze a boob or tap the ass, and it's just not okay. It's not okay. If you've ever dealt with any sexual trauma, this also is something that could affect you. So opening up, the reason that this is being shared, I'm asked to share this because I know that I'm not the only person. And if you're a woman, this is something that has been okay in this culture since the beginning of time. I don't know if you ever watch any shows on TV, but one show in particular that I have fresh in my head right now is called Outlander, and it goes back to 1700 era when women are property. But there are many shows out there that show how women have been treated as property over the years. And this isn't to say that men can't be violated either, because that happens too. It's just that women, given the foundation of women, it happens so frequently that it seems to be norm or considered okay. But for you, it doesn't. For you, it is not okay. You know, there's a fear behind it and something blocking. So you're asked to really check into that and see how you can open up about, are you working with your touch right now? Share in the comments below if you're actually working on this at this time, because you want to be okay when people, tap you on the arm or want to hold your hand. Holding hands is phenomenal. I mean, what a very intimate way to connect with someone on a friendly level. I mean, holding a hand with someone doesn't mean that you have to sleep with them. Holding a hand with someone, you can hold hands with friends. You hold hands with your children. I mean, this is something that's an intimate way of showing love, sharing love, and also energy. And if this touches you, your heart, then I would encourage you to check out the birthday reading today. Maybe perhaps see where your birth chart, check your moon, your sun, your rising. Maybe Pluto is big in there with Scorpio. Maybe you're drawn to shadows. Death, rebirth, transformation has always been in your energy. I would encourage you to check that out. Spirit, what do you have for us regarding touch at this time? Touch. Okay. So I just heard a download of create your own. And this is you creating your own idea of how you would like to be touched. Allowing it to be a gradual process instead of just immediately feeling like you must have this change within yourself. Okay, so let's see what we have here. The Weasel and Pine, introspection. Number 9, and this is giving hermit vibes for sure. Feeling the hermit vibes with this at this time, and this makes a lot of sense, because the first thing I was going to recommend about this touch, well, I already did, I think, yeah, is asking you to write about it and figure out what the fear is. What is the blockage of touch? It may not be that you were neglected as a child and you didn't receive a touch or care. You could have had that in your childhood and then gotten into a relationship that was abusive or terrible, and then you could have been raped. There's a lot of different possibilities as to why you don't like others to touch you, and this is why you must go within to find this out for yourself. And this is completely asking you to have some solitude. A solitude also came up in the birthday reading. So something to ask yourself with the Weasel and Pine. And I'm going to hold this card up again so you can try to connect with your body, your inner child. What is your body doing? Did you cough, sneeze? Maybe you stopped breathing for a second by looking at this. Allow anything to come through. You could have been happy, joyful, started doing jumping jacks. What is your body, what's your body telling you about looking at this card? That's very important for you to connect with your body and your inner child at that level. And if I didn't say it already, some of you definitely have a dragon, an inner child dragon that wants to help build the bridge with you. Your inner dragon can help you enhance the power. If you're struggling with any of these touching areas, intimacy, sexuality, you're being asked to definitely work with your grounding energy. Work with this at this time. And ask yourself, how can I better understand and respect myself? It is okay for you to say, please don't touch me. But it's also okay for you to be a curious cat, meow, and ask and wonder if there's another way that could be more beneficial for others around you. And to have unity. Yeah, it's hard to have unity with others if you block the energy that's there in order to form the circle. Allow yourself to feel anything you feel by looking at this card. This is the number 22, and it's literally an extra card that the creator made. Look at how bonded you are with two others. And it looks like there's an older cat, a younger cat, and then a different color cat as well. So coming together, unity, allowing vulnerability within a group. Yeah, vulnerability because you've had some trauma in your life about touch. Touch is one of the 5 senses, and it is a gift to be able to touch. Some people don't even have hands or fingers to touch. So it is something to honor in your life, but you will know, and the time will be there for you. You will be ready when you're meant to be ready. So this is asking you, though, to step out and find a support group or a couple of others that feel the same, not the same, but feel like you can, you're free to express yourself without fear of being judged, without fear of being hated or ridiculed, made fun of. You know, it's a very vulnerable state if you've ever been violated, abused, raped in any of these traumatic situations. The fact that you don't want people to touch you, it's a huge signal. It's a huge signal for your life, for your body, your mental state, and signal to others who may want to be there to support you because they can see reflection. They can relate. They can understand. So it's part of this is about trust as well. Trusting yourself and being bold enough, vulnerable enough to trust someone else. This doesn't mean that it always works. Sometimes it does not. But at least if it doesn't, and you learn and know that you cannot trust those two. You can't trust those two if you do share vulnerability and it's turned around to be made out something evil or in ill-mannered way. You know, you're trying to work on your healing and you're wanting to heal some wounds. If someone sees that and abuses the situation, you've learned a very valuable lesson not to trust that person further, not to even put your energy toward that environment, because you know that, well, they have deep, deep wounds too. You see that, you can tell. But you also know that that's not the energy where you're at. And your work is with yourself. That's not selfish, that's self-love, okay? I had to say that because some of you dealt with this in your life growing up. Jealousy, a lot of jealousy around you for who you were. You couldn't be yourself. You definitely, if you received touch, it was abuse. And nothing you ever did was good enough or okay. There wasn't anything you could say or any kind of vulnerability that you can share to try to even create trust in an environment you grew up in. And so it is not selfish of you. It is self-love. Do not, Spirit saying, do not worry yourself or put energy into those feelings of others, because those are their feelings, not yours. Boundaries, okay? And we have this phenomenal Ace of Wands. Wow. Yeah. Phenomenal as in because you decided. You made that decision now. Now I am going to walk this path, and I'm being inspired to take this route by myself. I am fearless. Yes, say that with me. I am fearless. You are fearless, and you understand now what you must do in order to break that cycle regarding touch, in order to transform that cycle of not wanting to be touched. And some of you simply you're going to learn about, with your introspection and understanding that you want unity. Some of you want this unity, and some of you do not. Some of you want unity. You see this unity as mind, body, and spirit. And that is okay. Some of you understand what your fear is of touch, and you are okay with this. So your unity is in respect to the touch. And as you notice here, none of them are touching. They are all in a circle, but they're in their own space. So yes, some of you accept yourself for not wanting to touch, but you'd never understood why. So you had to go within to understand why. And now you are where you're at. You're not, you have the support that you desired, even though your support is what matters most. Even though your support is what matters most. You almost fell. We're going to pull one final card. This is the Dragon, Imperial Dragon deck. This only has the major arcana in it. So there's only 22 cards. The major arcana, look at this. And you get the Fool. Perhaps your dragon is green. Spirit is saying, the Seeker. You are seeking a great change at this time. And the veil is very thin for the month of November. So you very much could be having an awakening inside of you, starting to want to seek. Maybe you never really, again, some of you here have not ever questioned why you don't like touch. You placed a label on it a long time ago. I don't like touch because of this one time what happened. And you started to actually, now you're at an age of where you want to transform this. You do want this transformed in your life. And this brings about a birth. You're rebirthing into more of your life purpose of who you really are. This is the card of limitless possibilities. There are you have unlimited potential with this card to either create and have unity with a group of people who respect that you do not like to be touched, because this is all possible, or with the fact of your internal self realizing your inner compass is like, no, it just still feels like I'm blocking this, and I want to open this up completely and want to be able to allow someone to place their hand gently on my shoulder as support without me losing control or immediately going back into that PSTD trauma state of self. So you decide. It is completely up to you. And this is all about self-expression as well. And not believing others when they tell you that what you're wanting to create is impossible. Not allowing others to immediately shoot down your dreams like you have in the past. It's phenomenal. Wonderful change for you. And that's the message. Be sure to check out. It is Moon Day brings about a new short videos for you. So we got a new angel number for the week to keep your eyes peeled for, and what that could potentially mean for you. Also, a keeper of the light or a deity, an angel who can oversee and help you at this time for some things that you may be experiencing. There's also a new spirit animal for the week. So I encourage you to check those out, and also that birthday reading if you feel like you could use some more information regarding the introspection and going deeper with yourself. That's the message I have for you today. Share in the comments below if you feel free and feel open enough to. Have a cosmic day and tonight, meow.